Pow, pow, pow. Tony Wright. Okay, so like promised, going to get straight into the Ichimoku cloud. And to do that, let's just get up here the, where we got, let's get the Bitcoin USD, because I think that's a really good place to start. Why have I got a pink smiley? I know why that's there. I know why that's there. It looks like there's a little dot there as well. Get rid of that little dot. Maybe I should have done that before the video, but never mind. Right, indicators. Ichimoku cloud. Ichimoku cloud. Very old. Very old. Very successful. A lot of traders use it. But it can be daunting. It can be. I mean, look at it. You can't see the wood for the trees. So first of all, let me show you ways of bringing it down so that we're bringing it down to its raw parts. Okay, there's something called a lagging indicator, or the lagging span, okay, or the Chiku span, and we need to get rid of that. So what I'd first of all suggest that we do is go into that and into the settings and take the lagging span off. We don't want it on. So if we look at the chart, lagging span off, lagging span on, off, on, off. Already makes a big difference, right? So take that off. Now we're starting to look, there's a lot less lines. Well, there's one less line, but it's a lot less jagged. Okay, right, now let's have a look. We've still got loads of lines, and it's still really, really complicated. But there's 4 lines on there that aren't actually lines that are lines per se, and they are the peaks and troughs, the tops, the bottoms of the cloud. But you can't see the cloud, not very clearly anyway. So that's another thing that I'd do. Go into your settings, go to your opaquency, if that's the right word, and make it less opaque so it's darker. I'd say let's take that to a round number. Let's even go. I'd even go darker to make it. Yeah, let's go 45%, and we'll do the same for the red background. Okay, go to the red background, move that to 45% as well. These are my personalized settings. Always recommend that you get it how you want it. You know, your trading view. So there you go. So that's that done. Now they are everything that you need to know. Boom. Oh, another thing. Once you've done that, go into defaults and then save as defaults. Okay. That way, when you come off of you're off of it, and you then bring up your indicators again and go to find Ichimoku cloud, and you bring it back up, your lagging span isn't on there. Neither is your green or your red cloud. What this has done, essentially, we had a red line there before, and the red line's still there. But there's a red line here as well, and earlier on, before we've made this less opaque, what we've managed to do is make this line less of a line and more of an outside measure, an outside. Think of a word for me and put it in the comments of a so that we can see the top and the bottom of the cloud, which then allows us room to see quite clearly that we've now got 2 lines that we need to worry about, the Tankan and the Kijun. All right, Tankan and the Kijun, and that's what we're looking at today. So what we'll do is we'll just look at to find out when we could have taken a long position with Bitcoin. Right, these are the rules. You need to make sure when going long, or another way to put it is when buying Bitcoin or any other asset, whether it's commodities, whether it's golds, whether it's Forex, whether it's cryptocurrencies, it doesn't matter what the investment is. When you're using Ichimoku, it works on it. Also works on other time frames. I remember I've been asked that about 3 or 4 days ago by one of my subscribers. So yeah, it works on that as well. So right, here we go. These are the things. So write these down if you've got a pen and paper and you're new to trading. These are the things that we need to make sure that are in place. You need to make sure that the price action, that means that each one of these candles, which represents, in this case, if we look here, it represents a day because it's on the 1 daily. If we moved it down to the 4 hourly, then each one of these candles would represent 4 hours. But at the minute, we're on the 1 day. So each one of these candles represents a day. So we're trading on the daily candles. So we need to make sure that the candles are on the day. We need to make sure that the candle is above the cloud. So the candle is above the cloud here. So does that mean that we're allowed to buy according to these rules? No, it doesn't. The reason why is because the Tankan and the Kijun are not above the cloud as well. Well, how about here? Because on this green candle here, this is what they call a doji, the blue line's out, the Tankan, but the Kijun's still underneath, so we still can't enter it. And we can't enter the trade until both the price action, the Tankan, and the Kijun are all above the cloud. In this case, that is on candle number here, which is why I've put this blue line in anticipation when I was doing a little bit of prep work for this video, which is what that backwards letter C was there in from earlier on. All right, so that's at the point where you enter the trade. Now, if I bring the price action down so that I can get the measured move, because it's so bullish that it was out of the place where you come out of the trade is so high up the chart that we need to make a change. So if I bring up the ruler, which you can't see, okay, right. So here we go. This is where we entered the trade, just here, where both the Kijun, the Tankan, and the price action, all three were above the cloud. We buy there, so we bought there, and we don't come out. We don't sell the asset class that we bought. We don't sell until one of those three rules changes. Either the price action comes below the cloud, or we get another cross of the Kijun and the Tankan. There was no cross here. It looks like it, but if I zoom in, there was no cross. There's still no cross. There's still no cross, and there's your cross there. All right. Now, granted, we have lost the ability that we could have made ourselves a little bit more with regards to a percentage. There may be about 20-30% that we could have made extra, but a beginner trade at the minute, you should be happy with making 188% on gains. And this is just spot trading. This is buying an asset for as much money as you can afford to lose. You put it in there, and then you sell it out when it gets to that high. Okay, and then you don't go back in until it happens again. And here we are. Price action is above the cloud. And here we go. We got the Kijun under the Tankan again, which means that we can then go in for another position, which just so happens to be the same place as it crossed over before. So we haven't really lost out, apart from a few days, but that hasn't lost any money. So then it starts going on again. So then essentially, so you got 188% there, but as they are pretty much the same place, I'm just going to come from down here. I'm going to go to there, and then I'm going to carry on from there until the next cross, which is there. So that's 333% gains, and I can carry on, okay? But the goal is to do this in under 15 minutes, and so far I've been recording for 8 minutes and 43 seconds. Not including the intro. Pow, pow, pow. Right. Okay. So coming down the way, we've now reversed this. We're now reversed it. We're now talking going what they call short, which for those of you that don't know what a short is, when you're in a bullish market or when the price action is going up, it can be dangerous to short or to put a trade in on a down when you're in a bull trend, okay? Which is why you need to make sure that you're that you've got some strong indicators on, and this is one of those strong indicators that if you get all of these three things happening, now the opposite way round, okay, that you got the Tankan underneath the Kijun, and we're below the cloud. That means that we can put a short in. So as I zoom in here, they're kind of overlayered here. We could have gone down to a smaller time frame to see if we can get a little bit more increase. But as we're working on the daily, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to say to you that I wouldn't enter the trade until this candle here, when it's quite apparent and definite that we've got the red above the blue. Okay, so the red is above the blue this time, and we're going down, and it looks like we're going to get a changeover very quickly actually. Now, these lines, these are called lagging indicators. They are lagging indicators. So if the price action goes down, then one of those moving averages, and it's the blue one, the Tankan, that goes down with the price action, but just a few days later. But then the Kijun, that takes time. That takes, I don't know, roughly about 25 days, 20 to 25 days, something like that, before that starts to change. So one of them moves a lot quicker and is a lot closer to the price action than the other, and it's because of the distance between the time frames that gives it its accuracy, and it's time tested and it's awesome. So what I'm looking for now with very much of anticipation is, as Bitcoin comes up and breaks above this red resistance line, which is something I'm going to get into in a second, this cloud here, I'm going to be looking to buy more Bitcoin or put a long position in. But I won't do that until not just the price is above it, but I won't do that until the blue line is back above the red line where it needs to be in order for that trade to successfully win out. I didn't short Bitcoin, but I did come out. I did come out up here because of another reason. I saw that here was not good a place to be, so I came out. So I've come over to USDC and I bought back into Bitcoin yesterday. So I'm back in Bitcoin now. Well, part of my portfolio is anyway. It's right now, something to say about this cloud. That's the simple basics. Okay, little bit more interesting because I've got more time. What have we got? I've got 12 minutes, so let's give it another 2 minutes. Okay, the green is a resistance cloud, meaning that the price will find it difficult to go below the cloud. Not impossible, and it will happen, and it did happen, and it will continue to happen. Fundamental reasons. Elon Musk tweets, "We're not accepting Bitcoin for Tesla anymore." Venezuela says that they will. Up it goes, So the fundamentals, the charts don't show, but for every asset there is always fundamentals that are going to come in, and that's what makes being able to read the markets using indicators such a skill, and something that you can't just learn in a 5-day crash course. It's something that's you've got to be time tested and build up your own strategies by watching loads of YouTube tutorials on videos like this. Okay, so there we go. This is a support cloud. So the price went up, it didn't touch it, but it got support here. It went up, it came down, it touched the cloud, bounced off, came down, didn't touch it, but we came up, it came down, came up, came down, and found support there, came up, and then it came through, and it's been in the cloud, which for me is a no trade zone, because we're in the cloud, we're not out of it one way or the other, and our lines, our Kijun and our Tankan are in the cloud, so it's a no trade zone. And even now isn't a trade zone for a long trade until, according to the Ichimoku, until we're all out into the open here. By that point, we will have a crossover. The red will turn into a green and become support, and then we will start to bounce off the green line as we make our next moves, hopefully up to the higher price ranges of the mid to late 70s. So exciting times. And where's that now? 15 minutes. Well, 14 minutes and 11 seconds. So that's it. I'm going to say goodbye. And yes, that was pretty cool. There you go. One of the most complex algorithmic, but old, timeless indicators that are still incredibly accurate. All explained, and now you can ready to go out and trade it. They don't happen very often. I'll just squeeze that in there. So when they do, grab onto it with both hands. I released a video 2 days ago on Theta. Theta's just come out of the band, and I've just bought in Theta. So go and have a look at Theta. By the way, none of this today has been financial advice. I enjoy doing what I do. It's a passion of mine. So take everything that I say as entertainment. Do your own research on everything, and like, subscribe, and enjoy the rest of my videos. And that's it. I'm going to hit you with the outro. Take care. Goodbye. Okay.